Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk. So today, let's talk about foods that we wouldn't mind never eating again. Like it wouldn't be a day too soon. Or like foods that we will eat if we have to, but it's not like something on top of their list because they either don't like it or they've had it enough times to be okay. Alright, so today I'm gonna be talking about for me, I would say Hot Pockets and ramen noodles are on the top of my list. Um, Hot Pockets and ramen noodles are foods that I don't ever have to be eat again, especially Hot Pockets. Like I could eat ramen noodle adjacent foods. Like I could eat udon. I could eat rice noodles. They're being pho. I don't know if it's pho or pho, but I be calling it pho. But whatever it is. Um, um, but the ramen noodles itself, I just can't do it. Um, them and the hot pockets like give me like nausea feeling. Like my gut clenches and I feel sick to my stomach. My mouth gets dry and I get a gaggy feeling at the bottom of my throat when I think about the thought of eating it again. So like would I never ever eat it again if I could help it. But you know, if there ever came a time where there was like the only food left in the world because we went into a recession so bad and that's all that is left or something, then I guess it'll be what it'll be. I would have to cross that bridge when I got there. But other than that, mm-mm. And it's not that the food is not bad. They don't have good versions of ramen noodles. And now ramen noodle shops have become a lot more popular. They've been popular in a lot of places before, but like in the South, they hadn't been popular. But now they've become more popular and actually, have restaurants out there where you can go get a ramen noodle like dish brought to your table in a fancy like style. And like even they even have like a a Korean stop shop in the Baton Rouge area where you can come in and get your ramen noodle, find your ramen noodle packet. Since it's not like an actual restaurant, it's kind of like a convenience store. You can go and find your ramen noodle packet you would like off of the shelves. They have everything there. I don't say everything, but everything, mostly everything, and a lot of stuff. And you can go to like the Asian markets if they don't have what you want, but they have a lot of things there. And now they've got their liquor license approved, so now they have alcohol in their stuff too there too now. So, anywho, you can get your packet and um they got a area where they have a spot for the boat, just like in like the Korean or the I want to say Korean, but just like in like the in different parts of Asia, how the 7-Elevens got the setup with the where you can set up they got the ramen noodle station where you can set up everything you need to set up and choose your toppings and stuff and put the hot water on there and let it settle for a second while you go get your cup of ice and your pouch juice or whatever and put it together. You can do that there too now. And then you can sit down at the table and eat before you leave. They have all kinds of stuff there now too. But I don't want to get into it because that's gonna make this video longer, and I'm already running my time up. So, anyways, but and as many times I've been to that place, I have not been able, and as much as bad as I would like to try it, I have not been able to get myself to try it because I cannot stomach the thought of eating a ramen noodle. If they had any other noodles that I could try it with, I would. I would have been tried it, but so that saddens me, but it's okay. They have good other stuff good there that I get and be happy with when I go. So, anyways, I think too, I just ate ramen noodles too much when I was a kid. Between them and Hot Pockets, they were quick, easy meals. So like, if my mom didn't feel like cooking or had already cooked, what she was gonna cook for the day, and if I was looking for a snack or something, I could eat a pack of ramen noodles or I could eat a Hot Pocket. Same as when I went to my grandma's house. Hot Pockets and ramen noodles. Hot Pockets in the freezer, ramen noodles in the cabinet. It is what it is. I even used to go scour. I used to eat ramen noodle packets so much, I scoured for all the different flavors that was available to me in the Marchand brand. They have the other ones too, but I ate the Marchand brand the most. They had the Oriental, they had the shrimp, the chicken, the beef, the vegetable. They had some other flavors I can't think of them right now. I tried to try all the flavors I liked, and then I ate them the regular way. I added stuff to them. I used to add meat products to it before I even knew about ramen noodle bowls. I used to make my stuff into bowls and add stuff. I still never added no eggs or softened egg to it, but I added other stuff. I would add onions, green onions, shrimp if it was a shrimp ramen noodle, beef if it was a beef ramen noodle, chicken if it was a chicken ramen noodle, all kinds of stuff to dress it up, and it used to be so delicious. And I cook it on the stove instead of in the microwave because the noodles tasted different on the stove than the microwave, and you can let the sauce bubble on top of itself with all the other stuff. So yeah, I done had my time. A couple of times I even walked to the store on foot when I was a kid with the buggy, and the store was like almost a mile away. It wasn't far, but like we stayed in the dead end part of the subdivision, so I had to walk out the subdivision, and then we kind of stayed closer to the back end of the actual main side street we was on. So then I had to walk all the way up to the front of the actual main street before I could make my right to get to the store. And they would have the ramen noodle packs for like 10 cents a pack, 17 cents a pack. I think one time they went on sale, and I was able to get like a full pack of like 30 for probably like $2. And shrimp, I like the shrimp the most, but I would eat the chicken and beef last. I didn't really like the Oriental too much, so I don't eat it a few times. But anywho, I think I came back home with like 2 packs. That would be like one of my main meals in college. If it wasn't a Hot Pocket, it was a ramen noodle, or it was a hot dog on my mini George Foreman grill. I had a meal plan, but sometimes I didn't like the food at the cafeteria. Excuse me. And sometimes I didn't feel like walking, or it might was a weekend, and I think they only did. I don't think they did like dinner. I think they did like a brunch and a lunch. a brunch and like a late lunch. I don't think they did like a dinner on the weekends. So I would eat what I had in my room if at the time, whatever the reason was, whether I already used my meal credit for the day or it wasn't time or whatever the case was, I had my George Foreman grill, the hot pockets, and the ramen noodles as backup in the room because you had a microwave. I had a grill. I had the little mini tabletop grill that a lot of people had. Brought it to college, and then yeah. So and I tell you, that George Foreman grill was the truth because I did my hot dogs. Sometimes I did chicken chicken what do you call them things? Chicken breast. I don't know why I couldn't get it out. And or I would pretend like I had a panini press and make me hot sandwiches on it. So um so anyways, it did its job. Um but yeah. So and then like when I got out, well, not when I got out, but when I left that school, I had a break for a little bit because the next school I went to um was a different experience. It was a good experience, but it was a different experience. So I didn't eat a lot of none of the stuff I used to eat. It was actually a healthier experience. Too bad I couldn't bring that back to me when I came back to the U.S. because they don't make stuff easy out here. But anywho, and then I don't know, kind of went back to my pork eating for a little while, and then eventually, it was the hot pockets that faded away first for me, and then eventually the ramen noodles did. And it wasn't like I declared one day that I'm not gonna eat this anymore. It was just like a feeling. It was just like one day I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat, da 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 da, and then there was this grocery store near one of my old jobs. I used to be at that job from sunrise to sunset sometimes, trying to kill him in overtime every day. But a lot of times, on the later times that I would stay, so sometimes in early times I didn't have lunch sometimes, and I didn't make lunch or bring lunch, and I probably didn't like what they had in the cafeteria there, so I would go to the grocery store next door and get some type of frozen meal. Sometimes it'll be a frozen dinner. Other times I will get like a hot pocket, or they had these Philadelphia style hot pockets that were different bread. It was like a yeast dough versus the one by the hot pocket people. I think they were Tostinos or something. It was really good. And so like I was eating those, and then like one day I was trying to get a hot pocket, and my stomach was like, oh, we don't really want that. And I was like, okay, well, we can pass for now. And then some time passed, and one day I was just at the store in general trying to get something, and someone was like, oh, we don't really want that. And I was like, huh, but you ain't had it in a few months. My stomach was still like, yeah, but we still don't want it. So then, it's a couple of years or so passed, and my stomach was like, oh. And I was like, huh. So I guess I'm not eating Hot Pockets anymore because every time I think about it, my stomach goes, ooh. Yeah, I bought that. And eventually that became the same with ramen noodles, which is, interesting. And it's crazy because like Emerson's just had a sale on them last week, and the same Marchand brand, I guess people not eating them as much, or at least with them, I don't know. But they're on sale for like 7 cents a pack. I was like, 7 cents a pack. I ain't seen them that cheap in a minute. Like I think the cheapest I seen them was like 5 cents, 3 to 5 cents at one point. But that was years ago. Like a long time ago when I was still a kid. So, cause like they was getting up to like 15 and 20, 25 cents as the years was passing by. A pack, 30 cents, 35 cents a pack. Anyways, I was like 7 cents. What? They basically giving them away. You basically paying me to take them off your hands. But I was like to myself, I was like, sounds great and all, but too bad I can't eat them. Cause like even looking at that and being being excited to see them at such a low cost, even though I knew I wasn't finna get them, still I had an underlying like, ooh, but don't think about it. And I was like, I wasn't. And it was like, and my stomach was like, well, we were just reminding you not to, because don't forget, we don't eat that anymore. And I was like, I know. I haven't forgotten. I haven't eaten a ramen noodle pack in I don't know how long, so I remember. But anywho, that is my story. Oh, also ball eggs, but they're not as strict as hot pockets and ramen noodles. I could eat a ball egg if necessary, but I just prefer not to because I used to eat them so much as I was a kid, and this is the prime time for it to be coming up soon because Easter is coming. I think Easter's early. I think it's supposed to be in March now. I don't know. Might be in April. I have to go back and look. I'm not good with keeping up with the holidays if they're not like, and even though Easter's a main holiday, if it's not Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year's, I have to always remind myself of the date. Oh, or Mother's Day. Can never forget Mother's Day. I would never live that down. But anyways, but all I do is just when I go on when May comes, I just like, ooh, Mother's Day. What date is it again? Cause I always forget the Sunday that is on. But I think like it'd be like on the 12th or the 15th or something, whatever, some on those dates. But I just go and verify early, so I always know. But anywho, anyways, that's that. So, um, yeah. So y'all, so yeah, when I ate the boiled eggs a lot when I was a kid because there's a family church for me back in the country area, and we always did like big Easter egg hunts, and as many places eggs as you caught, you would not only would you get prizes, for the amount of eggs you caught, you would also get the same amount of boiled eggs in return. So if you found 56 eggs, plastic eggs, you would get 56 dyed boiled eggs too. And so like yeah, we would be as soon as we would get them, we would eat them. Like some of them, I would eat like 2 or 3 boiled eggs. Put some mostly pepper, a little bit of salt, ionized salt, cause we ain't know about no healthy salt back then. Um, but I still know I didn't eat a lot of it, cause like it would be the egg be sour otherwise, so I'd be like covering it in pepper, and then add a little dash of salt, and I would throw away 3/4 of the yolk because I hate a chalky yolk. It's just not gonna do it. And back then, I didn't really know how to like cook with a yolk. I didn't know that a yolk made a lot of different sauces. So it was just a chalky mess back then. So I would save just the teeniest bit, and then when I got tired of eating the teeniest bit, I would throw away the whole yolk and just eat the white. Um, I would probably eat like 2, 3 eggs, then a couple of eggs the same night at home. The next day I might eat like 2 or 3 eggs, and then I'm done. So that's like 9 eggs in total within 2 days. You might get me eating one more set that same day, second day. So 12 eggs maximum. I'll eat a dozen maximum. After that, we will have eggs overflow. Cause my mom, she would eat more eggs than me. You know, she probably would eat 6 eggs. While at that time while we were there, and then another 4 or 5 at home, and then probably eat another 6 to 8 spread out throughout the day. And then she's tired too, and so then she's like, "You want some eggs?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want any more. I'm tired eating them." And I was like, I ate this. I'm tired. And so then she would either make some potato salad, which I don't eat. I don't eat potato salad either. I don't enjoy nothing about a potato salad because, and I know that the black community might want to go on a riot towards me because that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that don't eat potato salad. So kiss my toenail. But I don't like cold potatoes. One, that's straight one. I don't like cold potatoes. I don't eat mayonnaise. I don't eat mustard. I don't like pickle relish. So I kind of like don't have no hope for this dish because that is like 95% of the dish. The other 5% is the chopped boiled eggs that you may or may not have put in there. And some people just put the chopped whites and keep the yolks and then make deviled eggs out the rest, and you'll just have extra yolks for your mixture. Of course, I can't eat deviled eggs because I don't like the chalky stuff, even though you make the filling out of it. But you still use, I think, mustard and some other ingredients that I didn't like to make that. Only thing I liked on the deviled egg was the bacon. If there was bacon on top. Some people didn't put the bacon on there. Some people did. Some of them you just had the little paprika sprinkle with a little parsley. So either way, you know, and the deviled egg is a favorite dish of the black community, especially in baby showers, and is a favorite party food, especially in like baby showers or like football get-togethers and family meetups and cookouts and all of that type stuff. But I couldn't eat it because of that type of things. So yeah. But I never did eat the potato salad and deviled eggs. Oh, I did. I do eat the boiled egg sparingly. I haven't ate one in a long time because, like, I just told you why. But I could typically eat it if necessary. But the other two, like, my stomach, like, really revolts against me on that. So, anyways, I made the video long again. Sorry about that. If you stayed to the end, I really appreciate it. If you're not, then I'm sorry I was long, but I appreciate you staying for as long as you did. And also tell me in the comments, what foods have you eaten growing up that you can't or refuse, or just not willing? Well, not willing and refuse, about the same thing. But to eat now. So like, put it in the comments. Alrighty. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.